Webb's got a 7-point advantage here heading into final 3, so it is fairly comfortable for Cody Webb. 20 points for a win, 17 for second, 15 for third, and then points all the way down to a solitary point for 14th. So for Cody Webb, he'll certainly feel that he should be able to claim the overall victory here. But Super Enduro, it's all about being able to strike when the iron's hot. If you've got a bike that's in a position to pick up a race win, you best believe that you're going to take that race win as well. That's what Cody Webb's been able to do so far today. We saw Tadej Blasuziak in Poland do the same. And now, as you can see, for all these riders on the grid just getting themselves ready, Cody Webb on that number 1 machine. 15 seconds until final 3 gets underway here in Riesa. And when the gate drops, we're going to see who's able to just barge down that inside line. We saw a crash in final 1. We saw instance in final 2. What's going to happen in final 3 as the gate drops? We see one of the Husqvarna riders just jumping that start, but it's Tadej Blasuziak able to claim the whole shot. Looks like Emil Jusak with a strong start. We'll have to keep an eye and see just where the likes of Colton Haker and Cody Webb are. It looks like they're falling down the order. It looks like Cody Webb's down in about 6th spot. Colton Haker's up in 3rd spot. So just trying to get themselves through as the field settles down on lap 1. Colton Haker now up down to 2nd already. Just in front of Emil Jusak. You can see number 1 of Cody Webb just beside Kevin Gallis. They come through the water, jump down into the sand. The sand's getting tougher and tougher for all these riders, and so is the rock section. It's so easy to make a mistake through the slippery rocks as the water gets dragged all the way across them. You can see Colton Haker there on the number 10, just trying to give chase to Tadej Blasuziak on the number 111. Blasuziak able to get that whole shot, open up a lead. But Colton Haker chased him down in final 2. Is he going to do the same in final 3 here? Colton Haker trying to claim his first final victory of the season. Haker on that number 10. You can see a big jump at the end of that section as he comes through the water. Some jumps, able to jump each of them, get himself through into the sand. Takes that tight line. It's more technical through that tight line, but it is faster for these riders. As Blasuziak comes across to start another lap. Blasuziak on that 111 with pivot turn down in towards that section at the start of the lap as we come through the rhythm jumps. Double for all these leading riders. Big jump there from Colton Haker, and as you can see, Tadej Blasuziak and Haker both taking that inside lane. The 111 of Blasuziak though, his lead is getting whittled away by Colton Haker. Haker's been faster in each of the finals than Blasuziak, who's been a little bit rawer than what we're typically seeing from Blasuziak. He's been a little bit more error prone than what we've seen in the past from Blasuziak. You can see with Colton Haker now just trying to make sure he's able to maintain his momentum and just keep the pressure on Blasuziak. It's 6 minutes plus a lap here. It's a long moto for all these riders. That's Blake Goodside on the 33, just about to be lapped by Colton Haker. Tadej Blasuziak's already been able to lap him. Cody Webb up into 3rd. Gap of around about 5 seconds between himself and Colton Haker. But the fastest man on the track last time around was the number 1 of Cody Webb. The gap between himself and Haker, it's around about 5 seconds, but it's all about just maintaining that consistency for Webb and just trying to put your rivals under pressure. Of course, Webb's on course to claim that overall victory here in Riesa, regardless of the result here of final 3. Blasuziak through the rocks, over the log, into the jump now for Colton Haker. Haker with a small mistake just through the rocks, losing a little bit of momentum. Blasuziak able to come through that pivot turn nice and comfortable. The gap between himself and Colton Haker, it's extended to almost 6 seconds. Blasuziak pulled out 3 seconds last time around. And you can see now with Colton Haker, he's fallen adrift on that number 10 machine. The gap just about 6 seconds now between Haker and Blasuziak. And last time around, Cody Webb once again faster than Colton Haker by round about 9/10 of a second. So Cody Webb that we're looking at now on that number 1 machine, he's really starting to apply some pressure here on Colton Haker. You can see just trying to be smooth there for Cody Webb. He's not trying to be aggressive. He's just trying to let the bike do the work through this section. Taking that tight line, as I said earlier, it's faster, but it is more technical. The trials background now for Cody Webb always being a strength in these kind of sections. Cody Webb now just coming through the rhythm section, over the big jump at the end of the rhythm, now down in towards that inside lane. Will he hold that inside lane or will he jump out to the outside? We've seen some riders just swap lanes through there, just trying to find some momentum. Colton Haker on that number 10 though, the gap between himself and Cody Webb on the number 1, it's now down to just under 4 seconds. And Cody Webb last time around pulled in another 1.5 seconds. Tadej Blasuziak out in front, it's 3.7 seconds. Blasuziak lost a lot of time last time around. You can see just trying to max out that jump across the line. through the pivot turn. Just 2.5 minutes left, plus a lap for Blasuziak to get through. Of course, picked up 2 final victories in Poland and the overall victory in Poland to hold the championship lead coming into tonight's racing here in Riesa. As it stands right now, Cody Webb coming into final 3. He had been leading the championship. Let's see if Webb's able to get himself back up to second in front of Colton Haker. Of course, Haker had the super pole, he's picked up 3 points for that earlier on. But as you can see, Cody Webb just really looking smooth here. He starts to close in once again on Colton Haker. The gap between them, it's down to 2 seconds now between Haker and Webb. Blasuziak out in front with another fast lap back into his rhythm. And he's been able to extend his lead once again on this lap from Colton Haker. You can see Webb just coming across those jumps at the end of the lap. The gap between Haker and Webb, for the first time in quite a few laps, Haker was able to stretch a little bit of a lead over Webb, but as you can see, Webb's clear of traffic now, and he's going to try and close that gap on Colton Haker. We've got just under 1.5 minutes plus a lap remaining, so it should be about 3 laps for all of these riders to get through here in Riesa. Is Cody Webb going to be able to close that gap on Colton Haker and put the American under pressure? Or is Colton Haker going to be able to hold on once again? Haker, of course, hasn't picked up a finals victory so far this season, but he has been in those top 3 spots all the way through the year. You can see Haker now across the line Webb, and the gap between them, it's around about 2.5 seconds. Last time around, Haker pulled out a half a second on Webb, so Haker really is just starting to find that rhythm now as we move into the final minute, plus a lap here in Riesa. Kevin Gallis in front of Cody Webb. Gallis on that 71 machine. He's down in 6th spot at the moment. And Cody Webb's going to just try and make that move down in towards the right-hander. You can see here Webb on that number 1, able to make the move on his KTM. Tadej Blasuziak starts his penultimate lap. It looks like Colton Haker's caused a little bit of a traffic jam there. Haker stopped through the rock section and the logs. Cody Webb doesn't have enough room to try and get through, so Webb not able to make the move. But as we move into these final 2 laps, is Webb going to be able to put himself into a position just to apply that pressure on Colton Haker? Haker through the rock section with a mistake last time around. This is the section though where he's been strong all the way through today's running. The second half of the lap with the likes of Webb and Blasuziak were able to close the gap on Colton Haker earlier in the day. Blasuziak just about to start his final lap of the night. Blasuziak out in front. Cody Webb just trying to give chase here. A bit of traffic in front of him. And you can see with David Leonov on the 56, he stopped, and also stopped is Cody Webb on the number 1. Webb not quite able to get that momentum through the rock section, over the log, taking that inside line. And the fight for a second looks like it's settled. Colton Haker is going to claim those 17 points. But out in front, Tadej Blasuziak with a 12-second lead over Colton Haker. It looks like Blasuziak's on course for his 3rd finals victory of the season. And Blasuziak on that 111. He's only got the rock section to complete. Coming a little bit stuck through the rocks. Over the log ramp, not able to use the ramp, has to use the logs, but over the jumps. And Tadej Blasuziak takes that checkered flag. Looks like there's actually 1 more lap to go for Blasuziak. Looked like it should have been the final lap of the race for Blasuziak, but still time left for Colton Haker to hold on to 2nd spot here. Blasuziak still with another lap to go. And you can see with Colton Haker on the number 10, we're seeing on the timing screens the checkered flags are out for Blasuziak and Haker, but they're clearly both continuing. There wasn't a checkered flag waved at the start line, so it looks like we're getting a bonus lap here in Riesa, and that's Blasuziak now just coming through the rocks over the ramp. The checkered flag's out this time. Blasuziak takes the final 3 victory. The 111 back on top, 3rd victory of the season in a final moto. Colton Haker on the number 10 though, he's down. Colton Haker goes down. Let's see where Cody Webb is. Is Webb going to be in a position to try and get himself through into 2nd spot? It looks like Webb's just got a bit too much ground to make up. Colton Haker's going to be able to get himself going again. Over the logs, comes over the final jump, and you can see Cody Webb wasn't able to get himself closer. But Cody Webb able to finish 3rd in this final once he gets across the line. Behind Colton Haker in 2nd, Tadej Blasuziak taking that overall victory. And you can see a bit of confusion at the end of the race for all these riders. But Cody Webb able to finish 3rd, claim 15 points, should be the overall victory for Cody Webb. Tadej Blasuziak, 3 top 3 finishes for Blasuziak here in Riesa. And 3 top 3 finishes for Cody Webb and Colton Haker as well. They've really dominated proceedings here in Riesa. They've actually lapped the entire field in each of the finals. Blasuziak takes the applause of the crowd, gives them a wave. You can see the 111 Polish flag in the background. Another moto victory there for Blasuziak on that 111 machine, and the multiple world champion just able to have another strong finish. You can see here across the line, big jump from Blasuziak as he takes the checkered flag and able to claim those all-important 20 points. See here now for the final finishing order for all these riders. 12 laps for Tadej Blasuziak as he was able to pick up a win here in final 3 from Colton Haker. Cody Webb though will claim the overall victory. You can see Webb on the right hand side of the screen just doing a big burnout across one of the log jumps, and Cody Webb able to pick up his first overall victory of the 2019 season for the reigning world champion.